All of us use laptops and smartphones now. Everybody uses a laptop and or a smartphone. Is there room for a third category of device in the middle? And we'd like to show it to you today for the first time. And we call it the iPad.
I am Mick Myers. I've been in iResQ for 4.5 years and the sales manager here.
That's what it is. Very thin.
Brian Buffington, General Manager. I've been here since May '08, so almost 2 years.
So what are we looking at right now?
Well, normally this is the screen. This is attached to this, and it's flipped over. So what you're looking at right now is the digitizer and the LCD removed from the back casing of the iPad, which just a normal back casing that anyone can see. This is the battery. It's in 2 pieces, so it lasts longer. And actually the battery life on these has been pretty good. I haven't charged mine for several days, and I've been watching some videos on it, stuff like that, and it's only at 62%. But
That's pretty good.
Logic board, I would assume that when the 3G models come out, they're going to have a different logic board than that. Headphone jack, dot connector.
I've always heard that Apple products are really hard to take apart and work on, but I guess you guys are experts at that.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's all we do is, except for the Sony PSP, all we do is Apple products, portables, desktops, iPhones, iPods, iPads now, and you know, we've got a bunch of good techs that get their hands on these things, and we just kind of get to work on them, crack them open and test them, and we've got 16 years experience, I think. Is that right?
Since 1994.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're actually the first company outside of Apple to work on iPods when they came out, and since then, I guess that turned out pretty successful for us at the time. So we continued to look at all the new Apple products as they come out, learn how to work on those, because there's no instruction manuals for these when they come out. Just have to buy a bunch of them and kind of trial and error from there.
And what this device does is extraordinary.
So this is the iPad. It's Apple's kind of unofficial language tablet, if you will. It's kind of like a big, really is kind of like a big iPod Touch if you've used one, and sort of like an iPhone a little bit, except you can't use it as a phone necessarily. Anyway, this is your home button right here, and it will kind of launch your desktop background. You activate the iPad by sliding the arrow to the right, and then you've got your iPad desktop background, if you will, or your desktop, kind of like you would on your computer. Here you've got your standard apps like your calendar, your contacts, notes. These are things that I think come standard on the iPad and your Macintosh when you buy those. And then, you know, there are extra stuff that you can download from Apple's App Store, which is right there. And you can get anything from, Brian's got radio stations pulled up like Pandora, NPR, pretty common radio stations that you can download. Some of them cost money, some of them are free. You can start actually by searching what you want up here in the search bar.
It's geared toward people who want to have more power and be more portable at the same time.
It's unbelievably great. Way better than a laptop. Way better than a smartphone.
You think this will replace the laptop?
I don't think it will yet. I mean, I could ultimately, but I don't think this model will replace a laptop. Maybe for people that have really casual use, excuse me, like internet use, maybe just you browse, you listen to music, you watch some YouTube. Maybe in that, for that kind of user.
The internet's limited also though without the Flash. It doesn't show Flash websites.
Right.
So that's a little bit limited. But that could be as simple as a software upgrade that comes out later if Apple decides to go in that direction. I don't know. It doesn't have CD drive. It doesn't have USB ports. It has the USB connector that comes with the iPad, but it doesn't have the typing ability at this point that a laptop would have. But it's pretty close. Kind of different for everyone how you're going to use it until more applications come out. It's just kind of some people it fits with, some people it doesn't.
What was your reaction when you heard it was coming out?
From a business perspective, the first thing we're going to do is say, okay, we need to start finding out where we can get parts for these. We need to see the people that we have relationships with currently, if they're going to carry these products that we can buy. Is Apple going to be doing repairs in the U.S.? What's Apple's business model for selling the product? First of all, like the iPhone, you can only buy it at AT&T store or an Apple store and Best Buy. I think those are the 3 places you can get it. The iPad, from my understanding, is going to be available at almost any Apple reseller. Second of all is, well, what's Apple going to do with these when they break? Because they're a 10-inch sheet of glass. So what's Apple going to do with them? Are they going to repair them in store? What's their whole repair model, so that we can figure out if we're going to be able to first of all do the repairs, which we anticipate we will be able to, and then second of all, are people going to go directly to Apple, or are people going to be looking for someone like us, a third party who can do the work? So that's kind of our whole approach to it.
So it came out on Saturday, right? This past Saturday. Have you had any calls yet?
I don't think so. Not that I know of. People are calling to here and there to inquire about the iPad in general, but we haven't had any that I'm aware of at this moment. We haven't had any repair inquiries yet, but I would anticipate we start getting them any time because, like Brian just said, it's a 10-inch sheet of glass, and you can drop that thing from a few inches and it'll break.
Yesterday we dropped one from about 6 inches and shattered the glass on it.
Oh wow!
We just dropped it flat.
Were you testing it or?
Yeah, yeah. We wanted to see. We were going to start out right there, drop it from that height, and then move up. If that didn't break it, move up a little bit. We're going to see at what point we could actually break the screen. I think they'll probably have a lot of complaints about broken screens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's an incredible experience.
I give the iPad 2 thumbs up. It's real nice. It's convenient to carry around. If you like games, there's going to be a ton of games for it. There already is a lot of games for the iPod Touch and the iPhone. And the only downside is its durability, which can be solved by buying a case or sending it to iResQ if you do damage it.
As a former skeptic before it came out, I can honestly say that I will also give it 2 thumbs up now, because I really I like the size of the screen is a pretty obvious one. After seeing what media and artists can do with it, some of the magazine stuff that I've seen on it that we were talking about earlier, books, the potential that it has for all the new apps that might come out for it, like music related, artistic media stuff. I like the price point on it. I think is fair. And as a former skeptic, I give it 2 thumbs up. It is pretty fragile, so just like anything electronic, you want to be careful with it. We can obviously fix it for you if you need us to. But yeah, I really like it, and I'm pretty sold on it.
Incredible experience.
But is it advisable to take the iPad into the bathroom?
I think if you're a bathroom reader, then why not?
Yeah. Definitely not while standing up.